Yo, so you know what really torments my taint? Crucible. Now, I wanted to put this commentary together and warning you that this is the second time I've done it. I definitely dulled down on my emotions and passion a little bit. It's gonna be considerably less fuck yous, fuck sticks, and fuckeroni and cheese used in this commentary. Hopefully you guys can understand I'm trying to take a more reasonable approach to this video, but to be fair and to be honest and put it out there, I am extremely disappointed in Bungie. There's just no nice way to paint it, and I feel like that we, the community, can put more pressure on them together and make it the priority. And I feel this way, and it's simply put that on Tuesdays, on reset days, everything that I need to do can be done on that one day. I can knock out all of my raids and nightfalls in just a couple hours. And after that, what am I to do? Rock strikes? Bounties? No. The one thing that changes throughout the course is PvP. It's Crucible. That's why Call of Duty is played. Now, it may be the same maps, the same game types, the same weapons every game. What always changes is the experience. Every lobby is different from lobby to lobby. You don't know if you have good players, bad players, campers, aggressive players. Everything changes, and that's the one true variable that changes throughout the game. Nothing changes in Rock Strikes. It's all the same. And that's why I feel that it is important and essential that they work on balancing and, you know, nerfing and aligning everything in Crucible, because it's the one thing that changes, and it's the one thing that can keep their game, I guess, populated and active over this period. It's my favorite part of the game. It's the part that I want to love the most, but it hits me in the face all the time, and I know that's not a good thing. And it's kind of rude. But hey, who am I? I just love abuse, right? It said it loved me. I feel that, like just break this down. Blinking. Like, literally. Why was the guy that just offered up this suggestion not fired on sight? I'm just putting that out there, like, legitimately. Hey guys, hey, let's put this down. So I had this idea, right? Teleportation in a competitive PvP multiplayer environment. Right. You're fired, dick! That's exactly how that should have gone down. It should have never made it off the paper, off the drawing board. That should have been, just eliminated upon thought. It should never have made it past the gates. You get what I'm saying? Oh my god. So, that one is extremely frustrating. So, these are things just outside of the already obvious ones. The ones that, like, I could shoot 500 bullets at a guy and he not die. Now, not only is those sort of situations and connection problems just obvious out there and excruciatingly painful, that it just needs to be it doesn't even need to be touched on. You guys know this. You experience this in almost every match you play. It's the obvious things that they are responsible for. Just simple incompetence or just lack of playing. And I firmly believe that they do not have a testing team. And I feel like facts and proof are out there. I mean, look at what they do. Half of the maps for Control. Let's take a look at this. Like, Firebase Delphi, A-sided. Blind Watch, C-sided. Shores of Time, C-sided. The list goes on. And it's always lopsided for a spawn. Rarely. And some of the symmetrical ones, like Pantheon, are not so lopsided. Twilight Gap is meh, it's solid. But for the most part, they generally have an advantage towards one of those objectives. And it's crazy. It just shouldn't be down to who spawns. Literally, how many times have you been in a lobby, you get in Blind Watch, and you're like, we got C-spawn, we win the game. It happens. I know you've been there. I know you've been there. You should have never been there. That should not be a place you've been. And it's funny, too, because that was the map they tried to fix. This goes on with my argument that they don't test anything before they pump it out. They're like, oh, that looks cool. Let's go with it. You know? Logic. So, you know what I mean? Blind Watch was the one map they tried to fix because it was unbalanced. Made it worse. Nailed it. So, the way I feel about things are there some obvious things that are completely on their end that need to be fixed. So I'm talking on the outskirts of like weapon balance and things that are generally a problem or a plague. And when they do try to nerf things to make things a little bit more balanced, they just go off of the fact that, oh, well, this one's used the most, so I think so. Hey, little Timmy, how you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling good, Tom. Oh, well, you play with your penis a lot. I'm gonna take about 2 inches off. Seems legit, bro. I don't understand that. Just because something was overused like the auto rifles, let's nerf them and then buff everything else. Why not bring everything to one phase? Auto rifles didn't need nerfed. Hand cannons shit all over them, to be honest, in PvP. They destroy them. And scout rifles are a much better choice for PvE. I don't understand with the fact, oh, it's used most, so we should probably nerf the shit out of them so that people find other alternatives. Herder. Okay. And when we're on the page of, you know, connection, just, you see this? You see this. The sponge. So, putting that out there. Now, I ain't even got to talk about that. There we go. Summed up in one moment. Now, over to the other and obvious thing. Fusion grenades. Like, these are basic things that should not have been in the game. Now, this is coming from the developer that created Halo. Now, normally I wouldn't be so upset with these guys, but these are the guys that set the motherfucking bar, right? These are the guys that set the bar for everything. So normally I'm like, well, you've got to make shoes to fill. You're the ones that set the bar. How can you go from knowing aware and obviously knowing that things like shotgun snipers and rocket launchers are meant to be on-map pickups to create a smooth, fluid, dynamic game, competitive? How do you go from that to giving them to everyone? Where was that a smart idea? You knew that was going to cripple the options. You knew things like that were going to be overused. Because when people picked up those guns in your game, that's all they used. So, look at that. Back to fusion grenades. Autocorrects for shitters. You don't even need to accurately hit a guy. But look at hunters. Precision knife throws do like 120 damage. I think it's like 122 damage or something. Some crazy number. And so it's a little over half their health for a precision throwing knife accurate throw. But for a fusion grenade that's 2 meters off, fuck it, we got you. You know what? You may not have landed that accurately. Go do that. You could fix that. Make them stick like trip mines and make them not kill in one shot. How many times have you been in a gunfight with somebody and you've absolutely outplayed the dude? You've shit all over his chest. He is getting ruined. You know you got the kill. You got the confidence. You got the satisfaction. You know he's dead in one more shot. And then last minute, he pushes one button and the grenade auto locks onto you. And you're like, shit. It's like Dead Man's Hand and Martyrdom from Call of Duty. And how did the community feel about that? It's absurd that grenades can do that in this game. It's stupid, even. So I don't mean to beat the shit out of you guys. Like, seriously, you're just like my piñata right now. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful and mean, because I like the game, and I care so much, and I'm so passionate about it, because I actually see the potential in this game. What I can't understand is the train of thought for developing some of these ideas. Blink needs to be removed from PvP entirely. I don't even think nerfing it will be satisfactory. Just, it needs removed. It should not be in the game. Fusion grenades need a heavy nerf in one way or another. They need to actually land exactly like trip mine grenades do, or if they do work in the way they do, they need to make sure they only do like 60 or 70% health, just like the precision throwing knives do. And the list goes on, the connection problems and everything like that. They can obviously work on other things like weapon balance, but, I mean, if you removed half of the other bullshit in this game, I'd be okay with it. They really need to rethink how they work on Crucible, because it is an important part of their game. It's the part that I want to play. It's the part that I enjoy the most. And sadly enough, I'm not able to do it because I just rage quit all the time. I'm not having fun with it. Gaming is meant to be fun. And I feel like they do not have a team testing any of these things. They don't really try at all. And, you know, perfect example again would be from the DLC. Look at all 4 guns they released with the Necrochasm, Fourth Horseman, No Land Beyond, and the Dragon's Breath. All of them were at the bottom tier of their category. The worst in category. And that is hella bad. That is proof that I don't think they test anything before they pump it out. And I think it's mainly due to the fact that they're so focused on PvE, they neglect the essential points of PvP. And that saddens me because the Vex can't cry. They can't go to Bungie, oh, he Yallarhorned and killed like 15 of us. Those aren't real lives, real people. This impacts other people. It should be a priority because lag and weapon imbalance and all of these other situations actually affect people. Whether or not you can push somebody off a map with a solar grenade, it's irrelevant. It does not matter. So I'm just putting it out there. I feel like we need to change the focus of towards what is important to us, and it's not going to happen until we start using our voice. Nothing will ever be resolved or brought to light unless you mention it. No relationship. You've ever been in a relationship with somebody and that person doesn't communicate? And that's why I said have been in one, not like currently in one, because it doesn't work when you don't talk about things. If things are on your mind or bothering you, you need to mention them. That's what this video is. And I hope you guys can share your voice too. I encourage you guys to share the video. Make your own videos just like this, either defending or arguing your points. Send it to Bungie, send it to DJ, get it out there, let your voice be heard, and let them know that you want to play Crucible. You see the potential in it, but you just can't be bothered to do it because there's so many things wrong with it. It's not playable in your mind. If you feel the way I do, you need to mention it because it's never going to be resolved and it's not going to be the game that we envision it to be unless we do something about it and we put pressure on them and let them know exactly how much of the community is aware of this and has the same mutual feelings about the game. That goes for other commentators out there. And I know you guys love your ride-alongs, you love your Bungie bounties, but just for 1 second, pull out the meat sparrow and just use your voice, use your personality, use who you are and your presence in the community to voice your opinion. And I know you're scared because you don't want to lose the treatment, the favoritism, but you need to do something for your community. And that is my push. I'm not going to put names out there. I'm not going to do anything because I understand why you want to keep your mouth clean and not say anything negative in case they don't want to be friends with you anymore, give you special treatment, or invite you to events. But think about your community. Think about all the people that support you on YouTube and everything like this that you have a responsibility and obligation to kind of make sure that they have a great experience too. You have direct contacts and the ability to fix things. Then you should seize that. You should do it. And do everything you can to make it an enjoyable experience for everybody in the community. That's just my feelings. So, thank you guys for watching. Again, like I said, get your voice out there. Let me know how you feel about the thing. And I'm sorry, I didn't want this to be a complaining video. This is not what I want my viewers to enjoy about me. But I feel like I'm this close to quitting Destiny, and unless something is done about it, not necessarily Destiny as a whole, I still like the PvE elements, but PvP, I mean, I'm just so discouraged to play the thing anymore. And I feel like unless we actually, like, show them how important it is to us, it's never going to be fixed in a reasonable amount of time. It's 6 months already, and they finally just touched fusion rifles. Come on now. Just saying, guys. Have a good day. I'm going to go fart in a can.